Hello there, everybody! Welcome to World of Warcraft after 7.3.5. So, a little bit of backstory as to why I decided to kind of do this. For some reason or another, I was just surfing around YouTube, and I'm a fan of Nixiums. For those of you who don't know, awesome machinima maker, just overall funny dude on YouTube. And I just watched some of his older and newer World of Warcraft machinimas, and it made me think about this game again. And then I heard that in patch 7.3.5 we were going to get scaling zones, which means that basically we have not only a lot more variety of places to go as far as leveling goes, but we have well, those levels will scale with us as we go along. And I wanted to try and do something that I haven't done in a very long time, and that is honestly level a character from 1 to 100. And 10, I think? 110 should be the level cap. God, it's been a while. And someone in the comments is gonna be all like, "You stupid noob, you don't know nothing about nothing." So yeah, that's what I'm here to do today. And, shoot, I don't have my timer on. Give me, gosh, I just, 1 second, pause! Okay, back. Alright, I should only, have about 3 to 4 minutes max, so I'm gonna factor that into the time that I actually have. I just need to have my timer up there in the corner. So, I tried doing this, yesterday, but it didn't quite work out because I didn't have everything set up correctly. Not only that, but I had no add-ons whatsoever. And this is an example of one. I believe that this is storyline, which if you want a little bit more of an immersive experience or an RP kind of experience, this is one that Nixium actually suggested. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. See, today your weapon will fight for your tribe, for the Great Mother. Follow the path and do stuff. Okay, well, do things. We're gonna do things. Okay, we gotta go this way. So, to explain, what, race, and class I'm playing right now is a Tauren Monk, because of 2 reasons. One, because a monk is a class that I am familiar enough with to still have, fun with. Because I wanted that to be a factor. I wanted to play as something that I knew how to play as, so that there is no possibility that either A, I make it too difficult on myself for playing a class that eventually is just going to not appeal to me at some point. And the other is, I wanted to play as a Tauren, because, I mean, 2 things about a Tauren specifically. One, it is a race that I have not really ever created a character for, even just, like, to look at and everything like that. And 2, I thought to myself, well, if I can't be a warrior, I don't want to be a paladin because they get a bad rap, from a good bit of the community. But then again, I thought to myself, what's more dangerous looking than a Tauren, like, throwing around a gigantic weapon? How about a Tauren coming at you that wants to punch you in the face? How about that? So, that's kind of how I came up with this character. His name is Woden. So, this'll be, Woden and the 7.3.5 or something like that. I'll figure out a friggin' name for this. I don't know what to call it quite yet. So, we're gonna go ahead and do all this. So, something else about this whole thing, too. You guys can read along if you really want to pay attention to the quests. Because, this is,
Goodbye.
I really think this is gonna be interesting to experience for a number of reasons. Because, one, the enemies that we are going to fight now will not die nearly as easily as, they have before. So, that is, that's actually a good thing. You don't want to get too good. Like, way too easily. Wacha! Wacha! Alright, gotcha. Wacha! Wacha! Uh-oh. Ah, good. Give on attack. Wacha! Alright. And also something else to note about the changes to leveling and everything like that, because everything is so fluid and because you can go anywhere you want, they actually increased the what do you call it? The the overall experience needed to get from 1 to 60 specifically. They were very specific about this, I believe. They increased that by 60%. And I really wanted to do this because, one, I haven't leveled a character from 1 to 100 in a very long time, and I wanted to see about how long it would take and versus how enjoyable the overall experience is, because hypothetically, you have a lot of stuff going for you in this. Questing can be fun again because you're going where you want to go, for the most part. I mean, there's probably going to be, like, a grab bag of areas eventually that you just won't want to go into, but that risk is severely reduced, I believe, in this system, more than likely. Uh-oh, that's right, I already killed all of them. I'm just a dumb. I'm not paying attention to anything. Wow, my eye hurts. Why is that? Okay. Alright. So while I'm doing this, I can also kind of mellow out, especially for the first parts of this. I just talk to you guys about regular old stuff, and maybe just some opinions on World of Warcraft from someone who is kind of off and on, maybe potentially getting back into it a little bit more. I will say that I think that despite this being a much more fun experience, I think that like character boosts will still be a pretty decent thing, and I think that they do appeal to a certain demographic, and that demographic is just people that know what they're doing but just do not have that time to invest, because that is a thing that exists. It's kind of what I like about Warframe a little bit. If you want to get something and you don't want to craft it up and everything like that, you could just get it for plat. And this is kind of the same thing. I do understand I do understand a little bit of outrage because somebody can hypothetically just make a class or make a character in a class that they do not understand. And that kind of sucks for whoever winds up getting stuck with them, because they're not going to have that time investment. Or they're not going to have it as much as somebody who actually leveled from 1 to 110. However, I will say that, what if they do know that class? And I know what you guys may be thinking. You may be thinking, Ostuni, but why wouldn't they just move their character over? Maybe they don't have that option. Maybe they still have friends on the other player that need that class, need that person to be that class specifically. And maybe it's also somewhere along the lines of, like, not only that, but if they were to actually move that particular character, there's a chance that not only do they have to move it between realms, but they also have to do a faction change, which adds up to even more money, in which case, at the end of the day, you may just want to go ahead and, you know, get that character boost instead. Just for a little bit of practicality. You have to level them up a little bit, but from what I saw from Legion, like, leveling through the through like the actual leveling content isn't bad. I didn't finish it, but just from experience, I noticed that it didn't feel like a chore. So, yeah. But, like I said, you can look at this. You have to remember, I have been on and off for World of Warcraft for a while, and this is actually another very strange thing that I bet you guys don't really hear all that often, especially you guys who have played World of Warcraft for a while. It may be coming to the channel. Hi, you may be about to hate me, but one of my favorite, actually my favorite expansion ever is Warlords of Draenor. Now I know what you're thinking. It's like you need to take all of the just the sitting in your garrison and everything out of the equation. The thing that I liked about Legion was how it kept me engaged leveling my character all the way through. I never felt bored leveling to 100. I never did. And it was just so much fun. I created characters basically to experience this content over and over again because I liked it that much. So that's my little opinion about that. Let's see. Alright, now what do we do? Okay, we'll do that.
Ancestors watch over you.
Alright, so now we gotta go this way. Alright, here we go. We're just a big, strong Tauren, punch things in the face, gonna punch a bunch of people in the face. Who's that? Look, it's Woden. He's gonna punch people in the face. He's gonna punch people in the face. He's gonna do it. I've seen him do it. He's gonna. But yeah, I also wanted to gauge, while I'm doing the first couple of episodes of this, I want to gauge how much I would really like to do this character specifically only on camera.
Peace, friend.
Let's see. And what I mean by that, let's see, go ahead and pick up both of these quests. What I mean by that, oh, okay. We gotta do that, and okay. And what I mean by that specifically is that I don't mind the concept of only playing as this character on camera. I don't mind that concept at all. But I just kind of need to see how I feel about it, because I may jump from like zone to zone and give you guys a little bit of a synopsis. But if you guys have strong opinions, if you guys come out and watch and give me some feedback about what exactly you guys would like to see, if you want to see every bit of me leveling up so that you guys can kind of eventually get like a realistic sense of how long it takes, you guys can let me know, and I will play as this character only on camera, and you will see him level up from 1 to 110, or for at least however long I can stand it, because you never know, like, and there's also another factor, is I do also play other games on this channel, a lot of other games, so, I'm not saying that this will ever have, like, a serious drought, but I do have other series that will be a priority. However, depending on how well this is, this could be my new chillax and kind of chatting and everything with you guys kind of series. And I can even use this series for a channel update and just keep it going and everything like that. It's a lot of potential for me with this series. And something else I've been thinking about doing too is the allied races, the new allied races that we're getting in Battle for Azeroth. I am thinking about maybe starting to play at least one of my other characters again that I have, to try and reach the requirements to play as them. Because that is something that I would be very much interested in. Those allied races, at least one. Like, I'll try to unlock as many as I can, like, up until Battle for Azeroth. But I wonder, I kind of just had a thought. Like, I wonder if, like, the pre-order bonus, I wonder what that's gonna be this time. Because, like, there's two different things what I mean by pre-order bonuses. The first one, what I mean is, like, actually it's the purchase bonus, I should say. And what I mean by that is, with the last two expansions, we got a free character boost, which is good. Like, if you're brand new to the game, you want to jump into the newest content, you can. But then again, I mean, like I said, you can kind of frown on that if you want, but it is there available. And the pre-order bonus for Legion was the fact that you actually got to play as the Demon Hunter before the expansion actually went live. So I'm kind of wondering what the bonus is going to be this time. My thought is that we will probably be able to play as allied races if we pre-order the game sooner. I'm not sure how much sooner, because it seems like they're making strides towards getting certain allied races in. And that's something else too, is that they said that there might be even more allied races coming than what they've already revealed, which is pretty interesting. Especially whenever you count in the fact that, ooh, we got Blackout Kick, yeah, awesome! Especially whenever you count in the fact that, some of these, allied races, have crossed enemy lines. So basically, this is gonna be me butchering, a lot of terminology. And I don't have all the names in front of me. But I know that the allied race of Blood Elves is going to the Alliance, and the allied race of Night Elves is going to the Horde. So there's potential that we may see more of that. And I'm wondering what it might wind up being that we see as far as that goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this little quest right here, and then I think we'll call it an episode. I think I'm gonna record at least one more episode this evening, and then I'll probably call it, because I do need to actually have stuff ready to go for tomorrow, and it's already 11-ish, and I haven't produced the first one. I'm professional. I'm a YouTuber. I want to be famous. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that is going to be it for us on this episode. Like I said, it's going to be an interesting little journey. I'm going to see if I can really stomach leveling all the way back up to 110, and if this new leveling experience helps with the wear and tear of it, because I mean, being basically spoon-fed where you're supposed to go can kind of suck, but maybe, just maybe, the ability to choose where you can go is going to be the difference maker in this. Let's get our little rewards, and doop, and doop, come on. Okay.
Walk
Dirt. Oh.
Farewell.
And...
The eternal sun shine upon thee.
Shoot. Oh, okay. So we got that. Alright, so yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and question of the day for you guys. If you guys are brand new to the channel, just kind of catching on to me, I do a question of the day every day, usually pertains to the game that I'm actually playing, and in this case, yes, it does actually pertain to World of Warcraft, particularly Battle of Azeroth, particularly what I was just kind of mentioning with the allied races. If you could choose an Alliance and a Horde race to cross those enemy lines as a allied race, which ones would you choose? For me, personally, this actually is kind of a tough one. Like, part of me wants Worgen on the Horde somehow. I don't know necessarily how you would go about doing that. Maybe it's a different tribe of them. Because I do remember that there were some Worgen in Northrend. I'm not sure if they're able to be convinced to join sides or not, or if they're just feral Worgen. I can't quite remember, but I remembered that was kind of a thing, and maybe that would be a way. And I would say coming from the Horde over to the Alliance, I would say... kind of surprised. Like, I'm actually really surprised that Tauren wasn't under that category, because they look like they could actually get along with the Alliance. But I think maybe... this is difficult. You know, maybe... Because I have noticed that, Nathanos, I believe it is, Sylvanas' right-hand man, he is very human in appearance and everything. He is clearly undead, but I mean, maybe a specialized version of the Scourge, and they use the human as the base, basically, for the model and everything like that, like they've done with Nathanos. And if I butcher that name, you guys can ridicule me in the comments, because I don't remember stuff very well, but I'm sure I'll get better with my terminology and everything going forward as I continue this little adventure. But thank you guys for watching. This is Ostuni, signing out. Grr!